shit. Ah, big stretch, mother. All right. So what are we gonna talk to? What are we gonna talk about today? I don't know. You're gonna have to stick around to find out. Is that not like the best attention disruptor you've ever seen on YouTube? Yeah, probably was. I know. It's okay. So you probably heard this thing of becoming he who is. Like around, if you've delved even a little bit into the self-betterment world, I guess, you would have found or heard the idea of become he who can. Yeah, this is basically, let's see how to explain this to you fucking wonkers. So it's basically the idea of you don't better yourself, you transcend into another person. So take it like this: you right now, if you were able, sorry, you're falling. If you were able to achieve every single one of your goals right now, the person who you are right now, you, where you're sitting or standing upside down, wherever you are, however you're doing it, that person that you feel you are is not capable of achieving the objectives that you have. Hold up. Sorry, everybody. A person passed who was lost, had no idea where they were. Like, no shit, bro. And she was like, how the fuck, where do I get a bus? And I'm like, you're pretty far from the bus station, lady. She wasn't that far. Just gave her directions. Anyway, so we were talking about, let me try and remember. Massive distraction. Oh, somebody reminded me behind the screen. Thank you. So basically, who you are right now cannot, in any way whatsoever, achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. Because if you could, you, right now, would have already achieved all the goals you have set yourself. Okay, does that make any sense? Like, if you were able to achieve those goals right now, you would have. What other reason can there exist for you not having achieved those goals? You simply can't. And so most people are like, fuck. Like, some people will hear this and like lose motivation, which is like kind of crazy to me. Because you have to understand, I don't know, the first steps towards like becoming better and like, I don't know, building a great and awesome life would be, I think the first step would be to take into consideration the fact, because it's a fact, and some people might not want to hear this in any way, the fact that it's all your fault. And I think we've talked about this in some other video, but the fact that, wait, let me like see if I can put this here so you can see me a bit better. Nope. The fact that, bro, the situation where you are now, place where you are, the people you have in your life, the things you don't have, and the things you want, everything is determined. Fuck. Sorry, wait. By you, everything's determined by you. Sorry, I'm like very concentration. Ah. So it's all every single part, every single thing that you don't like about your life is your fault. Okay. Some exceptions of this like would be fucking, I don't know, if you were born in a third world country, okay? If you were born in a third world country, you can't like, okay, that might not be your fault, okay? But the thing is, you can't use external environments as a limiter, as literally an inhibitor for your goals. So like, you're saying, oh yeah, I can't be successful because of whatever. I can't be successful because of, wait, let me be able to see y'all. Can't be successful because of X, Y, and Z. Before, I swear to God, I would be like, no, man, like, you can be successful, whatever. But the new approach that I'm taking, that just fucking works, is, yeah, you won't ever be successful. And I think I saw this in a Hormozy video, probably, where it's just like, you don't think you can be successful because of X, Y, and Z? Okay. Then, because of X, Y, and Z, you will never be successful. Ever. And like, when you hold a conversation in somewhat of that regard, people snap to their own defense. They're like, fuck you. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Like, fucking, yes, I will become better. Yes, I will stop drinking. Yes, I will do something. And you're like, oh, okay. So, where the fuck did those limitations go from the start? Like, truly, and this can go back all the way to fucking, like, comparing yourself to others. Like, if you don't compare yourself to people who are ahead of you, you will always stay behind. You will always be plateauing. You will never go up. And how do you become, going back to the whole thing, how do you become, quote unquote, he who can, right? What the fuck? By the way, my phone gave me a message that it's gonna stop the recording whenever it wants. It's in plain speak, you know what I mean? But yeah, so if the recording stops mid-talk, I'm sorry. Ask me and I might make another fucking video on the same thing. Then again, I might not. God, I love making videos knowing that nobody's gonna watch them for like a solid 15 years. So how do you become he who can? The first thing that I think you have to realize is that you right now, who you are as an identity, I'd say. Sorry for all the spitting, everybody. Like, very sorry, but like, actually, no, I'm not sorry. Get used to it, motherfuckers. So how to become he who can? The first thing you have to realize is that your identity is not something that is static. It is not something that is impossible to change. You know, it's something that is in a constant state of fluctuation with every single opinion that we are given, with every single bit, like every single nugget of information that we get inside of and we process through and inside our brains, changes us and our identity in some way, even in the slightest way. Now, thing about identities is that you can see them as yourself, sure, but I don't think that you are your identity, because if you were your identity, you would die when your identity changes, right? So I don't think that we are that at all. I think we, in some way, are the collection of, God damn it, like, I think that one of the biggest factors to, like, truly define a human being is time. Like, I don't know, like, time makes, like, the true faces, in some way, the true colors of people show. So that's why I can't say anything about anybody yet, because I have been on this earth for a solid of 20 years, and I'm also a very optimistic person. But yeah, I'm going on a tangent. So let's go back. So you can't see your identities as yourself, because if not, you would be subconsciously unwilling to let these identities die for new ones to be created, because that's something that you have to take into consideration. If you want to become he who can, this quote unquote he who can is an identity. It is a version of yourself. And this version of yourself is in some timeline that is ahead of us already existing, and in some timeline you yourself have transformed your identity and it, like through a downward spiral into a drug addict or something like that. Ironic, isn't it? Well, he smokes a doobie. So I just think it's so funny to like be talking about you guys of self-betterment and shit while I'm smoking a doobie. Because like people will call me what's this fucking word? Dude, what's this fucking word? Maybe I get called hypocritical or something. Hipócrita. No sé cómo, I don't know how you say that in English right now. But yeah, okay. So let's get back to it. What's that? So how do you kill? How do you fucking become he who can? You have to see your identities as... Sorry. Yeah, my body was not sorry at all, so... Call me disgusting in the comments. Please do. I'd love to hear that. Read that. Whatever that. So the way to do this is basically to see your identities as living beings, as animals, as wild animals that do not live off reason, they live off instinct. And the main instinct of any living being that I know of, I don't know, if a living being wouldn't have this instinct, this one instinct thing that I'm gonna say, it wouldn't really be considered a living being, I guess. The instinct to survive, to simply survive in the environment that they are given. And take it like this. Imagine you and your identity right now. You decide that you want to become somebody, I don't know. Imagine you want to be the next, I don't know, Andrew Carnegie. And like Andrew Carnegie in the, I think it was the 1800s, owned steel. Fucking OP, don't you think? Or like Rockefeller with his fucking oil. So, as a what's going on, you got to be willing to understand that you right now is an identity of yourself which has, and I don't notice how I don't say in some way, no, it has, it must, it is obligated to die and perish if the second better identity wants to reveal itself. If it wants to, if you want to become your second identity or your third identity or whatever it is, and notice that when I say identity, I mean you. So like your best you, I guess. You have to realize that it's gonna hurt. Not physically, but mentally. Your current identity is not going to want to give up. It is not gonna want to die. Because in and of itself, your identity one, let's call it the identity from right now, and identity two being the one from the future, identity one does not want to die. So, of course, identity two doesn't want to die either, but identity one doesn't, like, it's been living for the solid past, like, for a solid while, let's say 20 to 30 years, depending on how old you are, maybe like just 16 or something. But you've had an identity which has put you in the position you are now. And if you don't want to continue being in the same position that you are now, that identity which put you there must die. And you must start taking orders from another type of being, another type of identity, another type of, in some way, higher you. You know? And like also the higher you are, in a sense of like better, I guess, the more optimized you are, the closer you are to your objective. So as tangible steps to what to do to become he who can. So this is a long, weird video already. You gotta little doggy, little running doggy. I love showing you guys like things that I see because I don't think anybody else does that. And I know people click off because of that, but I don't. Like, yeah, like this is another thing. Like, I've had so many people like tell me that I should fucking edit my videos. I should make my videos more entertaining, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I should change my videos and my style and my whatever. But in some way, I don't think, like, I don't want to attract the type of people that I need to create a super long or super enticing, super curious hook to keep them in the video. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, because I personally was able to get through the first 30 seconds of a video if the person didn't have a hook, didn't have, like, explain what they were going to do. They were just, hey, what's up? And they just started talking. And I like those videos a lot. And I think that in terms of fractals, it can be expanded to the masses in some way. I think that in some way in some way or regard, some people, especially, I'll make another fucking video on this. Who gives a shit? Let's finish on the thing. Goddamn. You see? I'll make another video on this right now. Okay, so identities are basically bundles of habits, bundles of ideas, bundles of beliefs, characteristics, and skills. Okay, we'll make a video on all of those, I guess. But, like, goddamn. And so, basically, okay, there's two ways to do this, which the easy way is to, like, invert, like Albert Einstein said, my boy. So you can, like, you can either, which is like, goddamn, I cannot speak, truly and absolutely. You can either create an idealized version of you, okay, super idealized and, like, almost perfect, and try to become that, but it will become rather almost impossible to, like, set yourself to some standards. So what I would do and what I did is, this also gives you something to, like, run away from. When you're running towards your goal, it'll give you something to not stop. So grab a piece of paper and write down, make it long as shit, in one-liners, all the things that the worst version of yourself believes. So, like, I don't know, things like, I don't know, maybe like procrastinating isn't that bad, or like I can get shit done tomorrow, or like beliefs of money, like, for example, like, there's little money in the world is a common limiting belief. And the only thing you have to do is fucking invert those. Change those. Do the vice versa. If you say if your current belief is there's no money in the world, just literally make a fucking arrow right next to it and write down, there is so much money in the world, it's ineffable, it's unbelievable. I'm being called by Mr. Alf. And yeah, just go do that. Godspeed, family.